Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. I regret to inform you that Crunchyroll is once again up to no good and involved in another set of self-created drama. So as a part of Anime Expo, a lot of companies make big announcements involving anime projects, and Crunchyroll was one of them. So they announced that they have an official One Piece dub coming to their service, which seems like a win-win for everyone, right? A lot of dub fans, a lot of One Piece fans. How could Crunchyroll possibly mess this up? Well, as a part of their announcement, the voice actors involved in the One Piece dub came forward and made tweets announcing which characters they are voicing, including this one right here, which turned out to be quite controversial. So the voice actress Michelle Rojas made this tweet stating, "I am Kazuki Odin. Honored to announce I play Yamato in One Piece. I am a huge One Piece fan and resonate with this character so much. So excited for everyone to meet him in the dub." Now, that use of a male pronoun for Yamato has a lot of people confused in the quote retweets and replies, because based on appearances alone, it appears female, which is fine because someone can be trans despite looking a certain gender, but there's nothing in the manga or the franchise as a whole that supports the narrative that Yamato would use male pronouns. Unfortunately, there is a very popular fan theory, one that we've covered on this channel multiple times before, that claims Yamato is without a doubt trans and uses male pronouns despite being a biologically born female. So that fan theory is one that is based on two pieces of what they claim are evidence. Some out of context manga panels, as well as a lot of headcanon. However, these things have been disputed. These are the replies to the announcement post about the voice actress for Yamato. They are correcting this use of a male pronoun and saying that she should be referred to with female pronouns, and that Oda, the creator of One Piece, has routinely affirmed that this character is female. And it raises this whole debate. It kind of detracts from this whole announcement. Instead of celebrating this actress getting a role, now everyone's debating about whether or not Yamato uses male pronouns. It's a very weird thing, and I don't understand. So obviously this is a time to remind people of the arguments that are being made and the evidence that goes against it, and then we'll circle back around to this tweet, because I find this whole thing to be very interesting. And for a lot of people, you know, you're not just arguing with me when I say that Yamato is not trans. You're also arguing with Oda himself, okay? Who has gone on record many times showing that this character is female. So you're not just arguing with random people like me. You are trying to tell the creator that they are wrong about the own character they created. It's crazy stuff to see Crunchyroll and one of their voice actresses confirming this fan theory about Yamato being trans. But nonetheless, this is probably the most popular screenshot people share from the manga. There's some other related ones, but they all kind of have the same premise. It's using quotes like this saying, "I'm Yamato, the son of Kaido," which by itself, you would say, oh, that maybe supports something. But when you have more manga panels to show further context, a different narrative starts getting written, okay? So you have this right here saying, "Kazuki Odin was a man, right? So I became a man too." And again, probably supports them more, but this shows something that is entirely different from what people on Twitter will try to tell you. The character Yamato, it greatly admires a samurai named Odin, okay? And looks up to him and admires his honorable death and wants to carry on his legacy. And she quite literally LARPs as this character. It's not just that she's like, I identify as a male. No, I identify as Kazuki Odin, specifically. And it's a run-on gag throughout the manga. And if that is not enough to convince you that this is just a LARP, on the same manga panel down here, it says, "Daughter of Kaido. Self-proclaimed Kazuki Odin." Like, that enough should be sufficient to debunk a lot of these things, but we'll keep going. There's plenty of other evidence. Here's the official card for this character. It has been translated many different times. It's not just this one person translating this way. Many other translations support this. This is the official card. And one of the points of reference that people have shown as proof that Yamato's gender is up for grabs is this part down here about being Kazuki's child because it doesn't have any sort of a gendered language. Well, yeah, that's fine, but up here it says point blank that she's female. And if you're confused about who made this card and you think it's just some sort of a person going rogue, Oda supervised this card and approved of it and even made handwritten corrections on this card. So at this point, you are quite literally just arguing with the creator of this character of whether or not Yamato is female or trans. You're telling the creator they are wrong. Clearly, Oda approved of using terms like female to refer to Yamato. But there's even more official proof. I mean, you just go through the manga series, the manga chapters, you go through the content, you find plenty of references to Kaido's daughter. Things like this, talking about describing her infatuation with Odin and how she wanted to carry on his legacy. It goes on and on and on. You can pause and read for yourself, but it's very obvious the narrative they are setting here. But here's another screenshot that a lot of people use. I have to censor it because, YouTube. It is a bathhouse scene where Yamato, right here, is in the bath with all male characters instead of the female characters down there. And people have used this as proof that Yamato is trans, which is crazy. So being if you're a female and you're comfortable being around men in a setting like this, that means you're trans? That's a really strange argument. And honestly, I think panels like this, their main intention was fan service, since they're all half naked, okay? The reason I have to censor this so heavily. So I don't think it's anything that deep. And honestly, the traits of a tomboy or someone who gets along better with guys than girls does not mean someone is trans. It's just a very strange reach people are making. But this reminds me of a past controversy from a few months ago when chapter 1084 came out from the manga series. There was a whole debate again about Yamato being trans. However, this is the official description of the color spread we're about to look at. It says One Piece girls playing in the sea. And let's see that color spread. Here is Yamato surrounded by all the female characters from this franchise. That alone makes it very clear that Yamato is female. And if we use the logic of the other people using the bathhouse scene as proof that Yamato is trans because she's surrounded by guys, what happens here? What are you going to say about this one? Does this confirm now that she's female? Or maybe she's shifting genders? I don't know. It's so ridiculous. It seems so obvious that Oda treats this character as female. And while we're on the subject, let's not forget that Oda got death threats for this color spread. This person saying, "What the F is this, Oda? I'm going to hunt you just to castrate you." This user saying, "Oda, I'm coming for your jugular. You know what you did." And this person saying, "I want to game end Oda. What kind of a game is he playing? Why is he entertaining transphobic arguments? Why?" That's how crazy all of this headcanon has gotten. It got to the point where Oda was getting death threats for illustrating that Yamato is female. They are calling him transphobic and giving him death threats for simply showing that his female character is female. Let's understand where we're at. But instead, we are rewarding this kind of behavior by calling Yamato with male pronouns in this dub. And this is maybe just a personal thing. I find it very strange. I could be wrong. Maybe I look into these things too much. But I find it odd that a lot of people always have these kind of added little fluff to every announcement involving LGBTQ plus actors or actresses. She earned this role because she's obviously talented, okay? And I find it odd that no post supporting her can be made without adding in this something like supportive advocate for LGBTQ plus. Just, it's a voice acting role. It seems irrelevant to me when you're voicing Yamato. I don't understand why that's like a thing that must be added on to every compliment. I think we should just focus on the talent. And for the post itself, I don't know who made this post, if it was Rojas or it was Crunchyroll who made the tweet. But again, this to me seems like a massive slap in the face of Oda. It goes against his wishes. It goes against the documented history of this character in the manga series. It makes people think that you're not doing your homework, or, I mean, that's at the very least, or that you are openly disrespecting Oda's wishes for Twitter clout, which is insane. It's incredibly unprofessional, and I would like to think that maybe there's a big misunderstanding here, and I don't want to direct hate towards Rojas or anything, and I'm very happy she's getting this role. Clearly, it makes her very happy to voice this character. That's great, but please don't give in to these people who are using headcanon like this to call Yamato trans. It makes no sense. Let's go out, let's create some organic, really well-made trans characters instead of forcing it on characters where it doesn't fit. I would love to see more trans characters, and I would love to see more people like Michelle get opportunities to voice them. But this case right here is not it. It doesn't make any sense. And again, I'll be called transphobic by plenty of people for this video. Meanwhile, I'm saying I support all of these things. I just don't think we should try to rewrite characters as trans when all the evidence and the wishes of the original author say otherwise. But that's going to do it for this video. I know it was a little bit ranty and all over the place, so my apologies for that. But please share all of your thoughts about this controversy in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.